Hey guys, here's part 2 of my, Star Wars episode, 4 review. The reason why, part 1 ended in such an unexpected was because the battery was low. But, anyway, we can continue with our, Star Wars review, and let's see where I left off. Oh, and go watch part 1 if you haven't seen it. But if you already seen it, that's good. Now we can continue with part 2 of Star Wars Episode 4. So basically, yeah, the all-around. I think we were on all. Oh, no, I almost forgot. We were talking about. I forgot to talk about Han Solo. Before they go to Alderaan, and before they go to the Death Star, they have to get a ship. And they meet Han Solo, who's played by Harrison Ford, who you all know, from a lot of films, Indiana Jones, and I haven't seen Cowboys and Aliens yet, but I saw the trailers and I thought it was pretty good, but I heard from a couple of people that it sucked, so I don't really know who to believe. So anyway, we're not talking about Cowboys and Aliens, we're talking about Star Wars right here. Basically, I've talked about enough about the plot. So let me just talk about like the special editions and the changes and all that. The special editions for this movie, the changes, to tell the truth, I'm not really that much against the changes. I mean, I will agree on one thing, that it does seem a little out of place with the organic effects. Really, it is true that they should have just let it be. But, there's been more changes. There are some extra changes on the Blu-ray, which is up in that shelf over there, which you can't see, but it was... The changes, yeah, did have a problem with everybody else, but you see, it was his idea, it was his, thing, it was, that was his choice, that was his, idea, and, that's pretty much, that's... Now, Greedo shooting first instead of Han, I just had to bring out my lights. I just had to pull out my lightsaber because, shoot. But, Greedo putting out his lightsaber, yeah, it was kind of inconvenient. But that was his choice. And he said it was because, he didn't want Han to turn out as a killer. Well... Greedo shooting first, okay, maybe I have a problem with that, because, I get it, Han's supposed to be a badass and everything, and he is a badass, he really is a badass, but, yeah, I don't really see a problem, and plus, it's only less than a second, plus, changes... I know there's change for the sake of change. I know that they have to change everything. But, and I would like to, and I could go on hours talking about these special editions, but really, there's no point on talking about it. Let me talk about some more characters. Captain... Admiral... I think his name was Admiral Kraken. Admiral Tacken. It was played by Peter Cushing. I don't know if I can't really remember his name. I mean the character's name, not the actor, but Peter Cushing. For though, he's pretty good, but he almost seems as if he almost seems as if he was like, it was like, okay, this is like Vader's master. When it really turns out that it was the Emperor who is his master, which they mention more about in Empire Strikes Back. But you know, we're not talking about. I'll talk about Empire Strikes Back in the next video. But you know, and a lot of people always thought that it was the Peter Cushing's character and then it was the Emperor, which we only get one little glimpse of excuse me, which we only get like one little glimpse of in Empire, and we learn a lot more about him in Return of the Jedi. But anyway, I want to talk about some extra stuff, like basically, actually, I think that's pretty much it. Or, wait. Yeah, the Death Star, because I didn't talk about the Death Star in my other video. It's like really big, and it's like, you know, I like how it can blow up any planet, like, I mean, that could be really interesting. And it's really cool on how they just blow up any planet they please, and they don't even think about the life on there. It's like really, really interesting. But you know, Darth Vader is like but he is I mean, in the prequels, they kind of make him out to seem more tragic. And technically, it was really Admiral Tacken, at least the Peter Cushing character, who really just let the guys blow it up, and Vader didn't really do anything to stop it. But overall, Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope, this is definitely a must-see for anybody who's into. If there hasn't been a person who has not seen this film, shame on you. Especially if you've seen the prequels. You have to see what really spawned the prequels, or really what really made them what they are. Because, you know, and plus you have to see the really big shoes that you have to see what type of big shoes that Ewan McGregor had to fill for to portray as the young Obi-Wan of Alec Guinness. And in my opinion, he did. Because this is a must-see for anybody. I personally give the movie 5 stars out of 5, 10 out of 10, whatever. It's just great. And a lot of people get confused which Star Wars film that people talk about when you bring up this one. And that's a shame, because if it wasn't for this one, there wouldn't be any others. So, yeah. Anyway, if you have not seen this movie, which I highly doubt, if nobody has seen this movie, I highly doubt it. But anyway, go see it. It's really good, and if you have it lying around on your shelf, pick it up, because this is great. It's a coming-of-age story. It's a story of rebellion and romance. Well, technically, there's not really that much romance in this movie. There's a little bit more in Episode 5, but I'll talk about that next time. This is Episode 4, New Hope. Anyway, that's my review. Like I said, 5 stars out of 5, 10 out of 10, whatever. Anyway, this is Donnie Benergy, DB Films, signing off. See you when I review Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.